Hey guys, we've been reading Magic Tree House number 27, Thanksgiving on Thursday. And today we are going to be reading chapters 7 and 8. And you commented your predictions from yesterday in the comments about what was going to happen next. Because Priscilla said something special is about to take place. What is about to take place? Well, in these next two chapters, we are going to find out. All right, so let's get reading. Chapter 7, Arm Exercises. Priscilla led Jack and Annie away from the village toward a large field. The Pilgrims and Wampanoag men had already gathered there. Jack could hear the beat of a drum, but he couldn't see what was going on. "Make haste or we will miss it," said Priscilla. "Miss what?" said Annie. "Captain Standish is about to lead the men and boys," said Priscilla. "They will exercise their arms." Why do they exercise their arms? Jack wondered. Will they expect me to join them? As he hurried after Priscilla toward the crowd, Jack practiced. He stretched his arms out wide. He made circles in the air. Then he flapped his arms up and down. Priscilla caught sight of him. "What art thou doing, Jack?" she asked. "Exercising my arms," he said. Priscilla smiled. Then she started to laugh. She laughed and laughed. So did Jack, but he wasn't sure why. A loud bang came from the field. Jack jumped. He stopped laughing. A puff of smoke rose into the air. As the crowd parted, Jack saw the Pilgrim men and boys proudly holding up their long guns. "What just happened?" said Annie. "The men fired their muskets," said Priscilla. "On special occasions, they like to show off their arms." "Oh," thought Jack, "now I get it. The long guns are muskets, which are also called arms. So exercising arms means firing muskets." Jack blushed. "Priscilla must think I'm silly," he thought. But she just smiled at him fondly. "I thank thee for making me laugh, Jack," she said. "I have not laughed hard in a long time." Jack shrugged, as if he had meant to make her laugh. "It is time now to serve our feast," said Priscilla. "I must help with the bread." "What can we do?" asked Jack. "Return to my home," said Priscilla. "Take the turkey off the spit, put it on a platter, and bring it to a table." "Oh, great! We get to help with the turkey," said Annie. "I always help with the turkey at home." "Good," said Priscilla. "May thou feel my home is thy home today." Jack was excited too. He and Annie were about to serve the first turkey at the first Thanksgiving. They ran back to the smoky house and rushed inside. "Where's the platter?" said Jack, looking around. He saw a flat wooden block. That must be it. Annie picked up the wooden platter. "How do we get the turkey on it?" she asked. They moved close to the fire and stared at the turkey roasting on the iron rod. "That must be the spit," said Jack. The spit sat on iron legs. It had a handle. Jack pushed his glasses into place. "I'll lift the spit," he said. "Then we'll push the turkey onto the platter." "Be careful," said Annie. Jack reached out and wrapped his fingers around the handle of the iron spit. "Ow!" he shouted. The handle was super hot. He yanked his hand away and knocked the spit off his legs. The turkey fell into the fire. The grease from the turkey sputtered and popped. The turkey burst into flame. The fire roared. "Ah!" yelled Jack and Annie together. They both jumped back from the hearth. Jack grabbed the water pot on the floor. He threw the water into the fire. The fire sizzled and smoke billowed up. When the smoke cleared, the fire was out, but the turkey was completely black. Chapter 8, The Feast. Jack buried his face in his hands. I don't believe it, he said. I just burned the pilgrim's turkey. Stay calm, said Annie. I'll get Priscilla. No, don't tell Priscilla, moaned Jack. We have to tell Priscilla, said Annie. She hurried out of the house. Jack lifted his head and stared at the burned turkey. Oh, man, he whispered unhappily. The pilgrims had worked so hard to get their food. They had such a terrible winter, especially Priscilla. And now he had ruined their first Thanksgiving. The door opened. Annie pulled Priscilla over the hearth. See, said Annie, the turkey fell into the fire and it burned up. I did it, Jack confessed. Priscilla just stared at the burned turkey in the wet, messy hearth. Then she looked at Jack. He looked away from her. Ah, Jack, Priscilla said softly. That looks sad. He nodded. You've ruined everything, he mumbled. No, thou did not, said Priscilla. She reached out her hand. Come. Priscilla led Jack and Annie out into the bright autumn light. Look, she said. Jack saw pilgrim women and kids walking to the table. They all carried wooden platters piled with food. In the other houses, there was cooking also, said Priscilla. Jack saw roasted ducks, turkeys, and deer meat. He also saw baked fish, lobsters, eels, clams, and oysters. He saw pumpkins, beans, and corn, dried plums, berries, and roasted nuts, steamy pots of soups and puddings, and loaves of baked breads. We had a very good harvest this fall, said Priscilla. We stored many vegetables. We salted our fish and cured our meat. And today our Wampanoag neighbors brought back 5 deer from the forest for our feast. Jack was relieved to see all the food. Priscilla knelt down and looked him in the eye. See, thou did not ruin anything, Jack. She said, thou and Annie have helped me a lot this day. You have both made me laugh, and you have both acted with kind hearts. Jack was amazed. He thought he'd been no help at all. Come, said Priscilla, let us join the others. Art thou hungry? Jack nodded. Seeing all the platters of food had made him really hungry. He and Annie followed Priscilla. In the golden glow of autumn light, Jack and Annie joined the pilgrims and the Wampanoag at the long tables. Priscilla gave Jack and Annie wooden plates. She gave them big white cloth napkins. Then she served them plenty of food. Before they started to eat, Governor Bradford stood up to speak. Those of us who came here in the Mayflower did not know how to live in this land, he said. But Squanto came to help us, and today we give thanks for him, and for the peace we share with his people, and for all our great blessings. Governor Bradford looked at Jack and Annie. Welcome to our feast, he said. At this moment, 3 worlds, your world, our world, and the world of the Wampanoag, are not 3, they are 1. 'Tis the magic of community. Indeed, said Annie. She clapped her hands and looked at Jack. We did it, she whispered. Did what? Thought Jack. Governor Bradford then put his napkin over his shoulder. Now, he said, let us feast till our bellies are filled. As everyone started to eat, Annie leaned close to Jack. "We found the special magic," she whispered. "The magic of community. Remember the rhyme?" She repeated Morgan's words. "To find a special magic, when work and toil are done, gather all together, turn 3 worlds into one." "Oh man," said Jack. He'd forgotten all about it. "We can go home now," said Annie. "No way," said Jack. "We have to eat first." Jack and Annie used their fingers to pick up their food, and they ate and ate and ate. Jack tried everything on his plate, except a little bit of eel and 2 clams. Everything he did eat, he liked, even the turnips. "Food really tastes good," he thought as he chewed, "when you eat it outside on a beautiful day with lots of nice people." Chapter 9, Good Day. Alrighty guys, chapter 9, that's where we're going to stop today. Alrighty, so I want you in our comments below to tell me some new or unusual words or phrases that you don't know or you don't hear very often.